The atmosphere was tense before a single punch was thrown, because everyone knew this fight wasn't just about a title, it was about identity. Abner Mares entered the ring as the thinking fighter, the technician who built his career on timing, balance, and controlled violence. Across from him stood Daniel Ponce De Leon, a man forged in chaos, a relentless Mexican southpaw whose reputation was built on one thing, a left hand that could end a fight instantly. From the opening bell, that contrast was clear. De Leon marched forward with reckless belief, throwing power shots like warnings while Mares circled, measured, and calculated. Every step mattered, every feint carried intention. The crowd could feel it. This was precision versus pressure, intelligence versus instinct. De Leon wasn't here to outbox anyone. He was here to break Mares down, to drag him into deep water and see if he could survive the storm. Mares, on the other hand, was solving a problem in real time, watching patterns, identifying openings, and refusing to panic. The first exchanges were violent, uncomfortable, and dangerous. One clean left hand from De Leon reminded everyone why he was feared, but Mares didn't retreat, he adjusted. This wasn't a slow start. It was a high-speed chess match disguised as a war, and both men knew that whoever controlled the pace would control the night. As the rounds progressed, the fight turned into a test of nerve. De Leon's pressure never stopped. He kept stepping forward, loading up on his left hand, throwing with bad intentions, forcing Mares to constantly move, pivot, and defend. Every time Mares tried to settle, danger followed. But what separated him was discipline. Instead of trading wildly, Mares began countering in short bursts, quick combinations to the body, sharp hooks upstairs, just enough damage to slow the challenger down. De Leon still landed, still found moments of success, but each miss cost him energy. Each failed attack exposed him. The exchanges grew more violent, more physical, and more exhausting. Sweat flew, heads clashed, and both fighters absorbed punishment that would have broken lesser men. Yet the psychological battle was shifting. De Leon needed chaos to win. Mares needed structure. And slowly, structure began to win. You could see it in Mares' footwork, in how he began stepping just outside the danger zone, letting De Leon punch air, then answering back with precision. This wasn't domination, it was survival under fire. Every second felt like it could swing the fight. One punch away from disaster, one adjustment away from control. The crowd wasn't watching points anymore. They were watching willpower. By the middle rounds, the fight changed shape. De Leon was still dangerous, but the sharpness was fading. The punches were wider, the recoveries slower. That's when Mares began to assert himself. His combinations grew longer, his confidence clearer. He started backing De Leon up, something few fighters had ever done. Body shots began to matter. Uppercuts found their mark. And then came the knockdowns, moments that didn't just score points, but shattered momentum. Each time De Leon went down, he got back up fueled by pride, but something was missing. The explosion wasn't the same. Meanwhile, Mares looked composed, breathing steady, eyes locked in. This wasn't recklessness. This was calculated dominance. Mares had figured out the rhythm, the timing of the left hand, and once that puzzle was solved, the danger level dropped. De Leon was now chasing the fight, trying to force a finish that wasn't there. That desperation made him predictable. Predictability in boxing is fatal. The cleaner shots were coming from Mares, and the crowd could sense the tide turning. What once felt like a storm now felt like control. As the fight dragged into the later rounds, the cost of pressure became visible. De Leon's body slowed before his heart did. He was still trying to push forward, still swinging, but the snap was gone. Mares, meanwhile, looked sharper with every exchange. His punches were straighter, his movement tighter. This is where experience matters. Moving up in weight is risky, but Mares handled it like a veteran, conserving energy early so he could take over late. De Leon absorbed punishment bravely, but the accumulation was undeniable. Every combination chipped away at his resistance. The gap between them widened not in toughness but in efficiency. Mares wasn't wasting motion. De Leon was. Each exchange became more one-sided. The fight was still dangerous, but it was slipping away from the challenger. The champion mindset had taken over. When the end came, it wasn't sudden, it was inevitable. Another knockdown sealed the truth everyone could see. De Leon rose, but the fight had left him. Mares stepped in, unleashed a final barrage, and forced the referee's hand. The stoppage wasn't just protection, it was recognition. Recognition that this fight had been decided not by power, but by intelligence, adaptability, and composure under fire. As the referee waved it off, Abner Mares didn't just win a belt, he made a statement. Against one of the most dangerous punchers in the division, he proved that boxing is still an art of thinking, not just hitting. This was the night Mares showed he could survive chaos, tame pressure, and finish with authority. A war, a lesson, and a championship moment, all in one fight.